There's a pattern I see over and over, especially in people who are self-aware, emotionally regulated, intelligent, and capable. They don't struggle with effort. They don't struggle with insight. They don't struggle with discipline. They struggle with receiving. And it's not because they're blocked. It's because their nervous system is trained to close loops early. Let me explain. Money is not a problem loop. Most of us are trained to think of money like a problem. How do I get it? How do I make it consistent? How do I stabilize it? Problems close when they're solved. But money doesn't operate like a problem. Money operates like a circulating state. And here's where things go wrong. What loop closes are really good at. If you're someone who figures things out quickly, stabilizes chaos, explains patterns, restores equilibrium, gets it fast, your nervous system is optimized for resolution. Resolution feels safe. Resolution means I can stand down now. That skill probably kept you alive at some point. But here's the conflict. Money doesn't arrive through resolution. It arrives through sustained openness. The moment you close the money loop. Watch closely. This is subtle. Money or opportunity starts to move. You feel expansion. Then your system says, I understand this now. Okay, this works. I've got it figured out. What's the next step? And just like that, the loop closes. Not because money left, but because your system marked the task as complete. Why this feels calm, but stops flow. Here's the tricky part. Closing the loop doesn't feel anxious. It feels calm. It feels mature. It feels regulated. And that's why it's so hard to spot. But money requires something different than calm resolution. It requires calm availability. Use the 3 loops of money. There are 3 loops people move through with money. Loop 1, effort. I did the work. Most people stop here. Loop 2, validation. Someone sees this. Something responded. Many people get uncomfortable here. Loop 3, receiving. Can I let this arrive without managing it? This is where high-functioning people exit. Because loop 3 doesn't give instructions, it doesn't require action. It requires tolerance. Why your system exits early? Your nervous system learned. Safety comes from control. Stability comes from closure. Openness requires vigilance. So when nothing is required, your system says, we're done. But in money terms, that's not done. That's just the opening. What staying in the money loop actually feels like. This part is important. Staying open doesn't feel exciting. It feels quiet, neutral, uneventful, slightly unfamiliar. And that unfamiliarity often gets misread as nothing's happening. But that's the receiving window. How you accidentally shut it down. Here are the common shutdown behaviors: explaining the win too soon, assigning the money immediately, planning before arrival, teaching before integration, saying I've got this internally. Those are all closure signals. How to stay open instead. You don't force openness, you remove closure cues. Here's how. 1, replace closure language instead of this worked. Use this is working. Instead of I figured it out, use I'm staying with this. Language tells the nervous system whether to stand down or stay available. 2, leave money unassigned. The moment money arrives, the mind wants to allocate, protect, plan, optimize. That collapses the loop. Practice letting money exist without a job for a while. Unassigned money circulates longer. Is before you explain. The moment you explain money, you exit into analysis instead. Feel the expansion in your body. Stay with it for 30, 90 seconds. Do nothing. That trains your system to tolerate receiving without action. The rule that changes everything. Here it is. If it feels calm and nothing is required, do not exit. That moment is not emptiness, it's availability. Your instinct will be to leave, stay. Why this is hard for good people. People who close loops early are often responsible, reliable, emotionally steady, used to holding systems together. You were trained to end things cleanly, but money doesn't want to be ended. It wants to keep moving. The refrain that keeps the loop open. Say this internally when you feel closure coming. Nothing needs to be resolved for money to keep flowing. Then don't add anything. Final truth. You don't need to attract money. You don't need to manifest harder. You don't need to fix your mindset. You need to stop exiting the room right as money enters. Money stays where it's allowed to remain unfinished. And the skill you're learning now is an effort. It's staying open without interference. That's the receiving loop. And once your nervous system learns it, flow stops feeling fragile and starts feeling